I spoke to him after the game when they beat the Wollongong Hawks, and it went a little something like this, fellas. He grabbed me by the shoulder and said, look, if you're going to say somebody is the best player in the league, somebody's going to be the MVP, this is a terrible impersonation.
No, we like it. We like it, Steve. I'm just picturing the mohawk. It's looking good.
He said, you're going to have to judge him on his performance when he comes up against me, because tonight he wasn't the MVP because I shut him down. I outplayed him. I'm the MVP until somebody else outperforms me to be voted the MVP. Well, I thought it'd be interesting to see what the boys had to think about who was the best point guard in the country. If not the best point guard, who is the best import point guard?
Well, Steve, you're running the show. I think you should start and give us your #1 man. If it's not Corey, who is it?
Well, I'd say Inde Ubaka. You know, like that might not be the popular choice, but I tell you what, Cairns is winning. And if you, I don't know who you guys are going to talk about, but Cairns is winning, and he is one of the reasons why, especially early in the competition when his team was dominating at home. He was finding his big men, and he's not the type of player that has to hang on to it the whole time, so maybe his assists aren't as high as the other guys, but his team is winning. You know, they win at home, they dominate. He had a great game against the Perth Wildcats where he had a hand in either the score or he had a hand in the assist that led to a score. He's a bigger guard. He can post up. He's got ridiculous handle. He can create something out of nothing. He can get you a good shot when the shot clock is winding down, and he's my pick.
Well, Steph, what are you? Who are you going to run with?
Well,
I mean, God loves Steve, but hopefully we'll see what you've got here.
Well, I would take Gary Irvin. Now, this is a team that has lost 9 in a row, so perhaps it's a little hard to argue for him, but I'm staying on this guy's bandwagon right now. He's leading the league in points, and despite the losing streak, he is keeping them in many of these games. He's doing everything humanly possible. There is no doubt that he's carrying a couple of injuries. I've spoken to their general manager. They have got a war-torn group of players, including Gary Irvin, but they do not give up, and Irvin's a talented player. If I was building a team right now for next year, which I'm sure Wollongong has got their eye on, as well as still trying to make the playoffs this year, I wouldn't go past Gary Irvin.
Well, Gary Irvin, there's no doubt he's an exceptional talent, and he's done some fantastic things.
What about my guy?
Just tapering off. Well, Steve, I'm not sure where you're coming from with this one, because you take a look at the stats and they just don't stack up. And I think, you know, maybe familiarity is showing a bit of contempt for last season's MVP. And I know everyone's out there saying I'm only sticking up for my Melbourne Tigers guy. No, sir. Corey Homicide Williams is the best point guard in the competition. He came when the team was in a world of pain. Since he's been there, they're 7-7. He's averaging 17 points a game. He's got leading the league in assists with almost 6 a game. He's in the top 10 in rebounds at 7 a game. And compared to your blokes here, I mean, Inde Ubaka, very nice. Have a look at some of these stats here. Inde 15 points a game at 38%, 3 assists, 2 rebounds.
Is that my guy?
That is your guy. Now, on your logic, Corey Webster, or who's starting for the Breakers, Paul Hanare should be the #1 point guard.
Man.
I mean, he's a great player. I love Ubaka.
Drew,
I love Gary
Irvin.
Irvin.
Silly here. Now, Irvin leads the league in scoring. Field goal percentage amongst these three we see on this graphic, he's got them covered. He's got both those guys covered. His assists are very good.
Did you not see the game on Sunday?
Well, that's a performance. That's a performance.
He had 19 points and 11 assists against his direct opponent. Gary Irvin had 9 and 3. Now, I love Gary. No, I'm not bagging any of these blokes. They're all exceptional talent. But fellas, come on, I know he's a colourful character. Show my man some respect, please.
Are you forgetting about the fact that Inde Ubaka's team is winning? I mean, this team, nobody gave Cairns really a legitimate shot, other than Jeff early in the competition. I got to give you a little bit of love.
I think I was giving...
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Alex love the rewriting of history that's going on here.
Yeah.
You
well,
were not
might have taken a couple of games to get me motivated, but it was very early on in the piece that we showed a lot of love for Cairns. So, and that's true.
What about the fact that a good player makes players around him better? Ian Crosswhite having the best year he's had in his career. Daniel Dillon. He wasn't even on anybody's NBL radar, and he's having an outstanding year. So guys like that, Alex Loughton was going to be Alex Loughton anyway. But I tell you what, Cairns, Inde Ubaka.
No, I think we're lucky we're talking about 3 exceptional talent.
Absolutely.
All very good talent. Don't get me wrong, but 7-7. Well, think of where the Tigers are at and what he's been able to do and how he's transformed the Melbourne Tigers, Steve.
When you're in a losing streak and times are tough and you're losing players and your man straps them on every week and he still leads the league in scoring, he doesn't give up, he plays through injuries, taking Gary Irvin.
No, I've got a bit more, but Steve, your man is 38% from the
He
field.
doesn't like your man.
He
Steve.
only has 3. No, I like him a lot.
We'll agree to disagree. How's that? We'll agree to disagree.
Oh, yeah.
All right, before we take a break, let's have a quick look at the Senate.